in which two are stopped and two are terminated. Okay. So now if you want to create a new instance, click on launch instance. New instance create చేయాలి అంటే launch instance పైన click చేస్తున్నాం. Okay. Okay. Now in this you have to select any sort of instance. So firstly we have created Windows instance. You can see all free tiers, or else you have an option at your left side to select free tier only. Okay. So this is Amazon machine image. So to install an operating system, we require operating system file, which is called as image file, or which is called as OS installation file. Okay, operating system installation. So here we got Amazon machine image in which we got some free tier. Among them, you can see Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, 2Z Linux, Ubuntu Server, Microsoft Windows Server, and we can see some of Microsoft products company continuously. And then we can see a Debian operating system, again Ubuntu, again SUSE Linux, again Windows, Linux, all these things we can see continuously. Okay. So in the last session, I have selected Amazon. So even now I'm going to select the same Amazon here. So apart from that, if you want to select any other things, that is your choice because everything is free tier. Everything is free. So I am selecting Amazon. Now in this, even in this instance type, you can see this choose instance type. Even in this instance type, we have multiple options. And okay, I am pending with the notes of these instances types. Okay, I'll send you as early as possible. Here you see, you can see out of all the types, we can see only two are available for trial or free. So among them, one is only free trial. There is a huge large of bidding of this page. One is free trial available. You might ask me why this is free trial available. So this T4 Micro or T4 series is available for latest. It is a recent release of update, so that you are seeing it as free trial available. It is not free tier. It is free trial. ఇది ఫ్రీ కాదు, ఇది ట్రయల్ మాత్రమే ఇస్తున్నారు. Now we'll go back to free tier. Free tier is eligible. So this is for our purpose. So it is by default selected free tier. Now we are going to click on next. Now you can see here everything is available for you. How many instances you want to create, or what is the network you want to select, and what is the subnet you want to select. If there are any people who worked on networking part, majorly Cisco networking part, then you might have understood about what is Cisco network and what is Cisco subnets or what is IP subnet. So IP subnet select cheskunte, according to this you can select any of the availability zone. But when we are creating a free tier, you can go by default with the availability zone. No need to select of your particular zone. By default, you can select as usual, those zone which is available for your free tier. Okay. So there is no domain directory available for us right now. Everything in this page, we are not going to make any changes. Just in case if you want to create multiple instances of same configuration, then you are going to select number of instances. You also will also understand that these number of instances can also be created with the help of bash command. Bash command. So what is this bash command again? Yes, this is a console where we use command line to create some instances. We call them as bash command. Okay, right. So next click on add storage. We know it very clearly. By default in this AWS Linux, we use only 8 gigabits of data storage. Next tag. You know about tags, but I'm not adding any tag. But if you want to add tag, click on add tag and you can write whatever the name you want, you can provide it. Okay. So as of now, I'm not adding any tag. I'm jumping to security group. Sorry, I'm jumping into security group. In this security group, while we are using Linux, I already told you, just for our understanding, you can change the security group name. So I'll call it as SGL, security group Linux, and today's date is 9. So it is 09. SGL09 is my security group. So I'm just creating a Linux machine. Okay. Now here there is something new thing. If you want to access the same machine with the help of web server, with the help of web server. Okay. So I am pausing or I am holding the information till here. Now I'm using this whiteboard to explain you what is a web server. Okay. So this is my AWS platform. This is my AWS platform. Okay. So what we are doing on this AWS platform, we are creating a machine, right? So I am creating a virtual machine. So I am creating a Linux machine as well as I am creating a Windows machine. Okay. So this is Linux, and yes, the second one is Windows. So these are the two machines I have created on AWS platform. Okay. Now you are here somewhere. You are here somewhere using your PC. You are on your PC. So from your PC, you are supposed to access a website or you are supposed to access a machine. Okay. We have seen in the previous session how to connect to Windows and Linux. Of course, I'll show it again now to the Linux machine. Now I want to use a web service. Okay. So I want to open a website called as www.amazon.india. Amazon.india. I want to access this particular website from my PC. Okay. It means we are going to connect to a web server where this Amazon.in is configured. Right. So let us assume something like this. So there is a server. There is a server on which we have configured Amazon.in pages. Okay. So I'll write it something like this. This is a web server. This is a web server. On this web server, I'm configuring Amazon.in pages. So what do you mean by web server? It is collection of pages. It is collection of pages. So on which there is a lots of information on web pages. So the collection of these pages is nothing but web server. Okay. So web server should be available for each and every individual domain. So you might ask me, what is this domain? Now, www.amazon.in is called as a domain. This particular URL is called as a domain. So this domain information is stored on a web server. Now by using my PC, I am supposed to connect to this web server. I am supposed to connect to this web server. How will I connect? It is very simple. When you have internet connection on your machine, you'll directly open your browser and you'll directly type www.amazon.in and the site will redirect you to the amazon.in. Okay. For your information, I'll just show it now. So I am trying to redirect to a site called as amazon.in. Now you can see this is the web page visible to us whenever I give this information. As soon as I gave this information, I am redirected to this particular site. So in this way, we are going to connect to this website. Okay. Now my point is from the end user side. End user means it is from your side. From the end user side, everything is clear. Everything is clear from the end user side. Now, how to configure this web server on your AWS platform? How to configure this web server on your AWS platform? This is again a good question mark for you. Okay. So if you want to configure this web service on your AWS instances, AWS EC2 instances, then you must enable the access to web service, which is nothing but HTTP or HTTPS. You have to configure or you have to enable communication to HTTP or HTTPS on your web server, which is configured in your Windows server or in your Linux server. So this is what we are supposed to do. So we have to configure this web server on either Linux machine or on a Windows machine. Okay. So again, I'll repeat, if there are anyone on this session who knows about Linux well, then you can try on Linux, but I'll try to show it to you very clearly on Windows first. Okay. All right. So this is how we are going to do it. Now we are going to configure this web server on this Windows machine with the help of this Amazon.com. When I'm trying to connect to this Amazon.com, so this request will go to web server, and through the web server it will again reach back to my PC. Right. So these are the steps. So this is one, and then this is two, and then this is three. In this way the output goes. అంటే మనం ఏదైనా రిక్వెస్ట్ పెడితే అది ఇక్కడ నుంచి పీసీ నుంచి మనం యూఆర్ఎల్ టైప్ చేస్తే దట్ ఈస్ స్టెప్ వన్. ఫ్రమ్ దేర్ ఇట్ విల్ రీచ్ టు ది వెబ్ సర్వర్. ఫ్రమ్ వెబ్ సర్వర్ ఇట్ విల్ ప్రొవైడ్ ది ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. Okay. So now we don't have we have a cloud platform where we can configure this web server on a Windows virtual machine or on a Linux virtual machine or on a EC2 instances. Okay. So we are configuring it on EC2 instances. Now we'll try to connect to them. We'll try to connect to them. Okay. All right. So let us see about how to connect to them. Okay. So till here everything is clear. But now to connect your Windows or Linux web server, you are supposed to give a rule. Add rule, and in this custom TCP, I'm going to select an option called as HTTP. So everything is same, but source is anywhere across the globe. This is also anywhere across the globe. We have to select this both and click on OK. So I'll also help you with this HTTPS because we got both things. So one is normal web page and the other one is secured web page. Hypertext transfer protocol secured. So both the things are enabled here, and with this we are going to provide an option called as review and log. Right? You know everything. After this, at the review point, you are going to check all the available options and then click on log. So what we have to do here, there is an already existing pair, but as of now we are freshers, so we don't want to use that. So I'll use a new pair, which is key pair of Linux, and today's date is 9, so I'm selecting 09. Download key pair. Now you can see it is downloaded. .pem file. .pem file is downloaded. Now click on launch install. After this, if you can see instances, we can see instances here created. So we have to name it here Linux web server. Sorry. So Linux web server is saved, and you can see it is running. Now to get access to it, we have to use a file called as putty. We have to use file called as putty. But you know, right, before going to putty, we have to convert .pem file to .ppk file. Then only we can connect to a Linux machine. So firstly, we'll go to puttygen. In place of putty, I'm going to puttygen because I have to convert this particular file. So what I'll do is I'll change this file location. So from here, I'm taking this file to my desktop where I have AWS pre-session. I'll paste it here. This is KP Linux 09. KP Linux 09. This is my .pem file. Now by using puttygen, I'm going to convert that file into .ppk. So I'll select all files and I can see kpl09.pem file. I'm changing this .pem file now to ppk file, right? So now I've maintained it here. I'll click it on save private key. Yes, I have to save it and I'll make the same name kpl09, right? And I'm using .ppk as extension. This saved now. Let me check it once again on my desktop AWS free session. Here you can see KPL9 PPK as well as PEM .pem file and .ppk file. .ppk means putty private key. Okay. So now I want to connect to this machine. So you can see here when it is running, it is showing the public IP address of this particular machine and much information about this machine. So good information about this machine is provided here in the bottom. Right. Okay. Now I'll try to connect this machine with the help of a software called as PuTTY. Okay. Before going to this particular file, you always need to remember, select this particular instance and click on connect. Click on connect and then you'll be redirected to this particular page. Okay. So here you have this file, EC2 file. So when I'm trying to connect to this, connect to my PuTTY, putty.exe. See, putty.exe is just a terminal to connect to the machines. Similar to remote desktop application or remote desktop connection in Windows machines. putty.exe. So here everyone remember this host name or IP address should be the same. Click on this particular file and provide it here on this machine. Right. Next, go to SSH in which you have an option called as authentication. Here you have to post that .ppk file. kpl09.ppk. Open, right? As soon as I click open, I should get my Linux page, right? So it is asking me to provide username. So as soon as I selected username, I can see my Linux machine is logged in. Okay. So on this Linux machine, if you know about how to install web server, then that would be pretty easier for you. Okay. So I'm trying to install a web server here, which is called as HTTPD server, which is available on market for free of cost. So I'm writing some of the commands. So please don't worry about this command. Okay. No packages marked for update. I see there is no package here. So I'll try to install. Yum. Okay. PD. Yeah. There is no such directory available as of now for me. So I'll try to go with this echo command. I'm writing all this command from my material. Don't worry. I'm waiting for the output here. Okay, let me try to start this. Service is added as of now. Okay. So, but let me check it whether it's working or not. So what is the public IP given for our instances? For this particular Linux web server, there is an instance given here with a public IP 13.233.1 on 101.120. So we'll try to open this 13.233.101.126. 126. As of now, we could not launch any test page, but you can see it is a product of Apache server. It is a product of Apache server. HTTPD is a product of Apache server. I could not pull out this particular page, but yes, we understood that by typing this, our HTTP or our web server is perfectly working. Okay, it is perfectly working. Right. So, Sai Krishna, you want me to show the tools? Okay, I'll show it. Don't worry, I'll show you too. Okay, this is how we'll connect to the web page. So now we already know this by using this putty, we have opened Linux machine. So on this Linux machine, if you are good with Linux commands, you can directly add files. See, I'm very new to this Linux platform, though I hold good experience on Windows. I am very new to this Windows platform, for Linux platform. That's why I'm just writing the commands from some of my old directories. Okay, so these are the commands used to check or used to install the web server and configure web server on this particular machine. Okay, all right. So now I am closing this machine. I'm closing this particular page. Now I'll go to another machine. So Windows machine. So I guess everything is clear till here for everyone about the instance, about creating instance. Is everything clear for everyone? Yes, after typing same IP on my PC, I got connected. Very good, you are connected because this web service has been started. Now let us see the same thing on Windows machine. Okay, I don't want to create Windows machine again because we got one more, we already got this Windows machine. And let us try to work on this particular Windows machine, right? So let us try to let us try to change this setting. So on this Windows machine, so I'd like to change something or I'd like to create some security rules. So security rules. So what all the security groups we have here? This is only one security groups we have. So what all things we want to create? Either inbound rules or outbound rules. So these are the available rules for us on this particular machine. So if I want to edit this thing, if I want to edit this thing, so I have to go to this particular page, right? And now I want to edit this rule. So again, I'll come back to this particular page. Okay, for your confirmation, I'll show it to you again. So on my EC2 page, go to instances. Now on this particular page, click on your instance ID, and on this instance ID, you have an option to click on security. Again on security, you have an option called as security group. On this security group, click on the particular thing and you're into your security group page, right? So on Windows, in Windows, we did not change any security group name. In Linux, yes, we did some security group name. Now here we are going to see something like edit inbound rules. In this particular inbound rules, click on add rule. Now select HTTP. Select HTTP and you have to mention source anywhere. Right? So, and of course, we need to add both rules. Make sure you're adding both rules. One is custom IPv4 and the one is custom IPv6. I also select HTTP. Okay, not required. Save rule. Right. Now I'll go back to my instances and I'm selecting this particular server. Instance state should be start. I'm waiting my instance to start properly. Once the instance is started, I'll click on the instance and I'll use the login and password for this instance. Okay. So meanwhile, if everything is clear, you can drop a message as of now. And again, don't worry, I'll create a new Windows machine and I'll show you how to convert that into web server at the beginning itself, or how to add a role at the beginning itself. Okay, now this web server on your mobiles or on your laptops, you can again try to connect them. Just checking out this machine is, are we trying to connect it? It's connected. Still pending. Okay, it's taking some time, so I'd like to create another instance meanwhile. That would be better for us because we don't want to wait for other things. Launch instances, free tier only. Now select Windows Server, which is very faster. Windows Server 2012. There is not 2012 here. Okay, I'm taking Windows Server 2016 base server. Same thing. Next, again, next, no need to change anything. So here also no need to change anything. No tag required here. So in place of rules, click on add rule. Custom, here we are going to select HTTP and anywhere, I told you anywhere. Next we'll add one more rule, that is HTTPS. Anywhere, click on review and run. Next launch. Okay, even for Windows, you are supposed to generate a key pair KPW09. So this particular PEM file is downloaded and you know it very clearly, right? For Windows machines, you don't need to convert it into any other file. You can directly push it. Right? It is Windows 9. Now click on launch instances and down here click on view instances. So we'll name it as Win Server. No, sorry. Okay. I wrote the name here. Windows Web Server. It is running now. and click on connect. So it will show you RDP. You can directly download remote desktop file, or you know it very clearly, right? This is the username, this is the DNS, and this is the password. You have to generate password. The password is not available. So how to generate the password? So I have downloaded Win Server desktop file. So one option is this, and the password here is get password. Click on browse kpw09.pem. Hit the password, and you got the password here. Copy the password. Click on the more desktop. Paste it here. Okay. Not yes, and yes, you are going to connect to the virtual machine. Okay, Chandan, explain how security group is working. Yes, security group is the major point in AWS machines or in any cloud machines. This is a place where your account is synchronized with your machine. Okay, so this security group has a very huge theoretical part, how it connects with each and everyone, and I could not explain you practically. I cannot show you practically. Okay, so when you have more number of machines, yes, then you'll understand how this security group works. Okay, so as of now, don't worry, because we are going to only utilize security group. We are not going to develop, or we are not going to make changes to this security group. Okay, now you can see my Windows server is launched. I can use this Windows server. I'm minimizing the server. This is my AWS machine, and our concept is to show the web server. So to configure web server on your Windows machine, means Windows servers, you have to go to an option called as Server Manager on your Windows machines. If there are any Windows administrators on this group, you know about what is Server Manager. So click on Server Manager. On this Server Manager, we have to install a role called as Web Server or Web Service. You can see Add Roles and Feature. By default, it is showing this page. Click on Add Roles. If you don't find this page, or else if it is something like this, then no need to worry. Click on Manage. Here you have an option called as Add Roles and Feature. Click on Add Roles and Features. Okay, so still it is collecting, so we have to wait for a while. So this is my page. I'll begin here, and I need to click on next. So this is my server IP address. Next. Then here in this role, I have to select IIS web server. So I've selected web server, add feature, next, 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 install. So I'm installing web server, a basic default web server on this particular machine. So if you can see on this particular server machine, before installing web server, if I am going to the C drive of Windows Server machine, so I can see few folders here, right? So perf logs, performance logs, program files of x86 user and Windows. These are the directories available here. So I'm closing this. Now let's wait for this installation to complete. So once this web server is installed, let us see how to access this web server data from our machine. Okay, I'm showing you just a basic practical, but in reality, they'll create web server file. But the process is the same. Either if you're creating web server, or if you're hosting web server, or if you're doing any troubleshooting for the web server, the process is the same. Only the code is changed because to create a web page, you require a code. To design a website, you require a code. It might be a WordPress code or it might be a software code. You have to write that code. Okay, meanwhile, any doubts? Anyone? This is a practical ask doubt. You can drop a message in the chat box. Sorry. Okay. Meanwhile, everyone, you can note down the IP address of this particular Windows machine. So this is my ID and this is my public address. Please everyone make a note of this public address. 13.126.183.130. Please make a note of this IP address and I'll let you know what to do with this IP address. 13.126.183.130. I wrote in the chat box. I'm just eagerly waiting for my machine to complete this installation. Okay, once the machine gets installed, we have already enabled HTTP and HTTPS. So we have to provide a web page. So the installation is completed here. Okay, so we have to provide a web page so that we can launch that particular web page. So now I'm going to my folders or directories where the operating system is installed. And now you can see before there is no folder called as inetpub. After installing IIS server, we got inetpub folder. So I'm selecting this inetpub folder in which I got again few more folders where the major folder is www.root. So root means the major folder. So I have to open this. I am removing both of these files because those are the by default file. Now I'd like to create my own file here. So I'm creating a new text document here which says welcome to the world of AWS. So this is my file and I am saving my file as a HTML file. On the same page, I'm saving the file as abc.html. You can see I'm closing this particular file, text document. This showing abc.html. So this text document is not necessary now. I'm removing this text document. So we have just created an HTML document, right? If you know HTML completely, you can create your web page and save it in this particular format or any front-end development product. So now my HTML document is created in this particular page. Now I'll go to my local machine. I'll open my browser and in this browser, everyone can type along with me. You can type your public IP here. My web page is created. Okay. And now we can see there is an error actually, but still, so the access is not available for everyone. This is what is my address. I'm just checking out once again. So this is the only file here, HTML document. It will be my full page. This should be my output page if I open that particular website. So if you have an option of Windows 2012 R2 server, you try it on it because on 2016, yes, basically we require basic support of this IIS, for which again you are supposed to learn this Windows server. Right, I have done some small configuration here, so which might not be known for everyone, but still, okay. I'd like to try connecting that particular address. Now you can see I just added a small file there. Now you can see it is welcome to the world of AWS. Now everyone, you can also try on your mobile phones or on your PCs, laptops with the same address. You'll get the same output there. Please everyone or some of you can try and confirm me on the chat box. Are you able to see this option like welcome to the world of AWS? Okay, so Shiva Krishna, thanks for the confirmation. So your web server is working. So I have created web server somewhere around in my AWS machine. See, I have created a web server in my AWS machine. So which can be accessed by me, not just by me. So this is also accessed across the globe. It can also be accessed across the globe. This request, the same request. So it is accessed by Shiva Krishna, Chandan, Dilip Kumar, everyone can access this particular website because I have created a path here. Okay. So if I'm doing something else on this web server, if I write complete HTML code or if I write something like a front end React JS code, everything will be stored on this particular web server. Okay. So as a Windows administrator, I'm just hosting that particular web server file. I'm just enabling this particular web server file. Now from here, everyone, each and every person here, each and every machine here can log into this, all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the requests from internet who are trying to connect to www.amazon.in will get the service from this web server, which is configured either in this Windows server of AWS or Linux EC2 of AWS server, AWS platform. So you'll get the output here. You'll get this particular output. Got it? Now you can try it on your own about what all I said to you. So mostly try it on Windows machines because Windows is very easy. And if you're going for Linux machines, please make sure that you know about yum install command or you have an experience on echo command. Okay. So hope this is clear to you. Now you got to know how to connect to Linux machine as well as how to connect to Windows virtual machines. Is it clear for everyone? So you have created many things here. I have created a Linux machine, Windows web server. And on top of all these things, we have seen today a new concept called as web server. If you want to edit your machine, you are going to use this particular page on which you have an option called as security. Again, if you want to do anything, if you want to add new rules, these are the rules which you are going to add. So you can edit the rules and you can add what all the rules you want. Got it? So this is not so biggest task for you because you have performed many more tasks on your machines, on your laptops, on your mobile phones. So then it looks very easy for everyone today. So try to use or try to connect using this. Okay. If you know Linux commands, that is even more superb. If you don't know Linux commands, don't worry. We'll try to connect with Windows machines. Okay. So is it clear, everyone? Anyone, please respond. Respond. Is it clear? How we are connecting to a web server? Okay. So web server ki ela connect avutunnamante, we are creating a virtual machine or we are creating an EC2 instance on AWS server. And while creation or after creating also, we can edit security group options, whether to connect only through RDP or only through SSH, or can we allow the same server to connect with some other rule? That is what is our major session today. Okay. All right. So we have connected to EC2 machines, we have connected to web server, and in tomorrow's session, we'll check about how load balancer works. How a load balancer works. Kindly practice the same practical so that it will be easy for everyone. It will be useful for everyone. And while performing all the major tasks, you'll understand how to create or how to continue utilizing these instances. How to create, how to delete, and how to utilize these instances will be known to you. Okay. So I request you all to practice this option of web server. And if you have any doubt in between your web server, no need to worry, because on the same page, while creating only, you are going to enable the web service option on your AWS platform. And if you know about HTML files, you can create some HTML files and paste it on a folder called as WWE root, which is available on inetpub, which is available on inetpub of C drive in this server. All right, thank you all. Hope the session is a bit clearer than yesterday's session. So hoping that I am taking sign out. So in tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about load balancing. Okay. Tomorrow's session, we are going to discuss about load balancing, and we'll meet back again tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Okay. So I'm not waiting for others to join. So I'm starting the session as soon as I see more than 10 members. So we'll be continued the same from tomorrow as well. Yes, tomorrow is Saturday. We have the session. Don't worry. Thank you so much. And my apologies for the last two sessions. So unfortunately, we cannot connect because I was away from the city and there is no network. There is no proper things, and people doesn't know geo about there. So it took me a very big task. So I could not take the two classes yesterday and before yesterday. Thank you so much for attending today's sessions to be completed about how to connect to web server. All right. Thank you so much. We'll all meet tomorrow again at 5 o'clock.